Here we go. Hey, hold my beer.
And now...
No, I was going to tell you to actually get the Little Debbie. See if you could find them.
Which ones? Oh, the sandwiches? Oh, I need to try them so bad.
The Nutty Buddy cream pie.
It's so hard to believe because the crunch is such an important part of it.
Okay,
It's
I
so
will
hard
say
to
this.
believe, but it's delicious.
I'm not going to lie. I have already had a box. Like I didn't eat the whole box by myself. They're so rich. Like that's the thing. Like that's the only negative thing that I find from it is that the richness makes you eat less.
Box.
No, I shared it. I think I had 2 out of the whole box by myself.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, but like
Look at you,
you know how I
sharing
feel
this. Good
about
job, Bobby.
quality over quantity, right?
Oh, yes, for sure.
In most cases.
Yep.
Now, we've already agreed that the original oatmeal cream pie is great as the double-decker.
Oh, yes.
The double-decker.
Yes. We've agreed that the double-decker is top of the charts. What comes next is a disagreement.
Only because I believe that the smaller version of them have better quality most times. I did run into a box that was a little dry.
Yeah.
But this is not dry. This is just much more rich.
Oh. See, it looks good. The concept sounds good. I love the crispy wafer so much that it.
See, I can deal without the crispy wafer. Now, if this was a crispy wafer, like say this was the Nutty Buddy cream pie but crunchy, it would make it that much more better. But it's still good.
Fair enough.
The peanut butter for me is what does it. Like.
Sorry.
Yeah. Like, it's a little off-putting that it does look like a moon pie because I cannot stand marshmallow like moon pies.
Right. I just think it's funny because I don't mind them, but what is the texture? Anything at all like a moon pie?
No, it's not puffy.
Okay.
It's very dense. So like when you pick one, like this box is pretty heavy.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
So
like a moon pie is pretty airy.
Yeah.
You know, like they're pretty light. Puffy. This is not. This is like the weight of 4 moon pies.
So what's in the inside? Is it like a mousse or is it
peanut butter cream? It's like all the peanut butter that's in a Nutty Buddy, but pure cream, like no wafer.
As a cream, okay.
So
what's the part on the outside then?
Like a soft, like it's not graham cracker. It might be like because there's no it kind of throws me off when I say cream pie because cream pie I think of oatmeal. It's not oatmeal.
Is it texture wise similar to the moon pie?
Maybe, but the moon pie I think is graham cracker, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think
it's a very good
cookie.
Cookie is what it is. It's very good cookie.
Okay.
And the peanut butter is just throughout the entire cookie.
Okay.
From the Nutty Buddy. So if you like the peanut butter and the Nutty Buddy,
got the chocolatey coating.
Yeah, it's just a lot for one person. For like one of these will do me. Like I haven't had one of these in over a week.
That's the guy. Says the guy who said, "I've already had a box, but I know though. You said you shared. I'm just giving you credit. I'm just giving you credit.
But it is very
funny.
good.
Very funny. It sounds pretty good. I am intrigued. I've not gotten my hands on them yet, though.
They're only at Walmart and Dollar General here, not at Dillon's.
Okay. All right.
So I will.
Very nice. Oh, man. Superman cup.
Jamie got me this glass. I don't know where she got it from, but it's got like a cape on it. It's being held by like a rubber, one of those like wristband things.
Nice.
So
It's
she
very
brought it
creative.
to me, and I was like, "Why would I like?" Have you ever seen me like say, "Hey, get me a cup with like any type of superhero?" She goes, "No."
Hey, it's cool. Just let the woman love you with her crafty ways.
I told her that I would drink out of it on here, but never like
Good.
I'm never gonna
I
be like,
love
"Hey,
it.
I want it in my Superman cup."
It's you absolutely should. Hold on.
I want my milk in my
No,
Superman
this
cup.
is not my Batman glass.
I mean, I'm not even a huge Superman fan. I mean, I have like, I don't know. Ironically, I chose to put my Seinfeld collection up on the top shelf. I don't
Yeah.
know if you've noticed that. Can you see it from where you're at?
No, I cannot.
I don't know if I can. So here, I'm going to
I
go
can
a
see
wide
a
view.
hat, and then I can see
So
like
a wide view. So that wide view here,
Oh,
do you
okay,
see
yeah.
it?
Yep.
Right to the right of it. Like
Yep.
in every
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld episode, like what is the like going, I guess, conclusion?
That there's no point. Like, isn't that the whole
No,
point?
no, no. I'm saying there's something special that people have pointed out in every single Seinfeld episode. There's also either something to do with Superman or there is a Superman in every episode.
Oh, okay. I don't think I ever caught that. Or
So
knew
ironically, I have a little iron mini Superman to the right of those collection.
that. Oh, cool.
I don't know if you can notice it, but in every episode of Seinfeld, there is an action figure on top of Seinfeld's like bookcase, or there is a Superman somewhere in the episode.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's a little bit different. I look weird. There we go. That's better. But no, how you been, bud?
Oh, I've been good. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but we're kind of getting into a rhythm of things. We're kind of just stalling on getting a few things moving forward. I haven't gotten substitute teaching started yet, but I'm still in the process of that. And then the truck we're still waiting to make a decision on that. We've got to get some prices from some tow companies. So we're going to determine what we're going to do from there. So those are kind of the big events. And then we're just kind of running and gunning right now, doing DoorDash, stuff like that, trying to make it ends meet. Mom and dad are gone, so the house is nice and reasonable sized. Don't have Sassy here, and so everybody's got their own bedroom, and it's kind of nice. It's real nice.
Weird.
Yeah, it's
own bedroom.
fantastic. So,
Dude, I used to live in a trailer home. I slept with my brother and sister for like, probably 8 years. It was very weird.
yeah. Yep, it's nice to have the space again. So that's kind of what we're all excited about and kind of relishing in right now. But Heather and I, like I said, we've been kind of hustling because this weekend Alexa is coming into town. She's got some vacation days, so she's going to come in over the weekend. So we're going to hang out with her, maybe take her to the beach, stuff like that. That's a friend of ours from early days of doing ministry, or kind of the middle, actually. But she was our children's pastor for a while, became real close friends with Heather and I. So she's pretty fun. So she's going to come down, spend the weekend with us.
The song?
Hush. And then
Sorry. This device lost its connection.
Alexa, stop. Ridiculous. That's one of the worst things about having a friend with that name. Is that thing goes off constantly when we're having
Let's just call her Lex or something.
I would, except that ties to a very bad
Love it.
season in her life. No,
Oh,
it's
Oh,
not
her.
even that. Yeah, in her life. So I choose
All
not
right.
to use that nickname. Anyways,
all right.
oh, dude, that girl she's a good friend, and we have watched her go through some rough stuff. Let me just put it that way. So she's coming down, and then shortly after she comes down, then a student that's he and I were pretty close here at the tail end of my ministry, Landon Hafer. He's going to come down for his spring break. So he's flying in like on a Monday. I'm picking him up, and then I'm dropping him off on a Friday. So It's going to be a good time.
It still sounds like you have a house full of people.
Or
you will.
We don't. We will. But it's one at a time, so it's totally reasonable. And they won't be staying in our room, so it won't feel any worse than it already has. Alexa's going to stay
in your room.
Heather and I.
Right. I was like,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, so our first friend will stay in Sky's room, and then Hafer will stay in Casey's room.
Hafer and Alexia. Whatever's going to pick me up. Alexa, what's the price of gas?
I know what I need to call her is Alizé. That's what I need to call her way more.
What did it say?
Alizé?
No, what did Alexa say?
Oh, I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. Of course you don't. You don't know nothing about Alizé.
In a world filled with imitations, there's one name that stands out above all the rest. Rage Beef Jerky, a small batch jerky company that sets the standard for what it means to be 100% grade A quality beef.
Rage Beef Jerky is the self-proclaimed world's best beef jerky. But just because it's self-proclaimed doesn't mean it's not true.
Rage Beef Jerky is made right here in the USA. It can be found in 5 states across 400 plus locations ranging from Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas.
But if you're not near those states, all you've got to do is visit www.ragebeefjerky.com, and you could choose from any of the 6 flavors that they got of jerky or beef sticks. They got both now. They're really good. The flavors are original, teriyaki, hot, cracked pepper, sweet, and spicy, or you can go with my all-time favorite, which is bacon jalapeno. Chef's kiss.
Rage Beef Jerky has given our listeners the opportunity to save 15% off their order. At checkout, use promo code CHUBBY, that's CHUBBY, and save 15% off your order. Don't let your taste buds suffer through any more mystery meat products. Visit www.ragebeefjerky.com and let your taste buds rage.
Get your jerky on. I can't believe we didn't get that on camera, man.
I couldn't.
How did we not get that on camera? That would have been so epic.
On camera. I'll explain it to him. Like on recording, you were okay. I was making sure my microphone was set right, but on video, or actually on my eyes, I witnessed a grown man who grew up with N64, who what I arguably would say is the best Nintendo system out there.
Yeah,
N64. Sure. He was to his microphone because his microphone was not being picked up on my end, but now it is. Cheers.
Now it is perfectly clear, and he is picking it up loud and clear. And I definitely blew that thing out like it was an N64 cartridge.
I didn't even think that was
any sort of Nintendo cartridge.
What kind of cartridge is that? Is that like auxiliary, or is it? It looks like it looks like XLR.
No, it's like 16 pin. I'm trying to remember. Like it's basically like a giant. Oh gosh, I don't even know how to describe it.
3-prong type. It's nothing like DJ's
not three-pronged. No, it's basically like sliding pins, like basically like an insert into a motherboard.
It's not like XLR.
No.
Because it looked this big around when you were blowing into it.
Oh, you're talking about on mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about on Super Nintendo or
on your mic. I said, what is the hookup for your mic?
USB,
like this.
USB-C.
Even on this part going into your mic?
Yeah. This is USB-C, and then it goes to a USB, and then I have a USB to USB-C adapter on it because my computer's USB-C.
Gotcha. But you were explaining to us that it's hard. That's where we left off. Don't ask me how I remember this. But you were talking about how rough it is having a friend named Alexa, and then you said you were going to start calling her Alizé. Is that right?
Oh, Alizé. Yeah, Alizé. And the reason why is because there's an old SNL skit on that like Kenan Thompson's a part of, and they cracked this whole bit about old people and Alexa. and so sorry, and so it's like a specific version for them, and so it'll respond to all sorts of different names. So they call it Alize and Alejandra and Amanda and stuff like that. Just all sorts of crazy names, and it still responds to it. And then like they say stupid things. Like it shows one of the women by a window, and she's like, Amanda, what them kids doing? And it goes, they are just playing. And she goes, I don't know about that. And she goes, they are just playing. I don't know about that. It's pretty funny.
But I asked you if it was a new one because I saw one that I really enjoyed that I thought was funny just because of the time we live in. And Shane Gillis kills like any type of.
I take it it's probably from his most recent one right after the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was. They were Kenan
I've seen
Thompson.
a few of those skits, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, him, Kenan Thompson, and I don't know the other two, but they were playing like. They were like doing a running tally of like what race they think the claim is.
News. Yeah,
dude. The meth lab. That girl was like, "That's definitely you people." That's definitely one of you.
Like, hang on. Shaniqua.
Oh shit. 2-1.
Oh man.
It was pretty good. I mean, it's very much like what goes on in today's world. I mean, and it shouldn't, but it definitely does, and that's what makes it funny.
Oh gosh, what was the one I just saw recently that he had done that was really stinking funny? And it was just he was super like awkward and uncomfortable, but like he played it so well.
And it's a new one?
Yeah, it was one of the new ones. He was wearing like a flannel, well not flannel, but what's that pattern shirt?
Plaid?
It was like flannel, but like plaid. Yeah, plaid. It's like a plaid, like green and blue shirt or something like that. And oh gosh, I'm trying to remember.
He was playing pretty awkward that I thought was pretty good was where he was playing. They were doing the HR, the sexual harassment HR. That was the one that they did.
That one was pretty solid. That was pretty solid. I laughed pretty hard at that.
Shane Gillis is just
here's $500.
Yeah, he's just going to be a national treasure before too long because like his style of comedy is like so wrong but right at the same time.
He definitely knows he definitely knows what lines he can get away with crossing and what lines not to cross. It's pretty funny.
It's definitely a necessary what would be the good word to describe? It's not just comedy. It's a point of view, a necessary point of view, I think. The way that he draws the line. Like if you don't draw that line, it definitely shows that there's no way to actually look at it other than it being wrong.
Okay.
Because we do it every day. You can agree or not. I don't care.
Yeah, that's tough because I think that line moves too much then if that's what we're using to draw that line.
No, I'm saying like how he stays on the right side of that line. That's what I'm saying. Not that he necessarily brings attention to it, but that you can draw that line, especially when you have close friends like us. Like say we had a black friend. Like if we feel comfortable enough, like we've always been able to address like the funny part of that in our group.
Okay.
Never on the obviously you should use a little bit of I guess common sense and not do it at work, obviously.
Where you go with this, Bobby?
I'm just saying, like he's just necessary in my life, and that's where I'm going to keep it. Like he's on my right now. He's on my Mount Rushmore of comics.
Okay.
And I know that you don't agree with that. I'm okay with that. But if he were black, though, like if he were a black comic, we wouldn't be having this. Like it wouldn't be.
Why are we having this conversation?
Because it's fun. This is why I find it funny is that he's one of the most watched guests on SNL, and he got fired from SNL the day that he got the job for something that he said, and he's still right now the most watched right now. I think he's the top selling comic and the most watched comic on the internet.
Right. It's because he's funny. And he got caught up in a bad situation where culture was being culture.
For doing what he's doing right now.
Again, where culture was being culture, and he just happened to be the wrong place at the wrong time. And he's unfortunately.
I think he's bigger than he ever would have been, though.
Like, he could have. I was just going to say, I was like, he could have, been destroyed by that. He could have, given up and let that defeat him. But no, like he basically powered through. And I think it, like you said, I think it propelled him to a place where I don't know that he would have been here before. Like, not saying that he wouldn't have achieved this level of success, but I think it's like a powder keg effect, SNL, he would have gotten more exposure and people would have caught on to him faster, but it may not have popped the way it did because of the fact that he didn't get that exposure.
Do you think he got more exposure? I think, and I'm not disagreeing with you, he would have gotten a lot of exposure. I think the route that he took, he's gotten way more exposure than he ever would have on SNL. Because
and that's what I'm getting at is I think enough people there's enough successful people on SNL that you can kind of get lost in the background.
Right.
But the fact that he didn't get seen on SNL, he's still kind of then having to keep developing and keep going, even though he was at a point where he was quality-wise SNL worthy, if that makes sense.
It does, but that also kind of, that kind of holds what I said true, is that it's a necessary point of view, because I don't think the comics that fought for him to stay in that loop would have fought for him if his point of view wasn't necessary.
Oh, I absolutely agree. And I think for the most part, like, he brings people to like down to earth. Like he uses edgy ways to do it, but he brings people down to earth and keeps things real for people for like across the board. And I love that.
It reminds me of a white Manual. Like, I don't know, like his quick wittedness reminds me of Manual, just because Manual is that guy that's going to point out the wrong, even though none of us had the balls to do it. Like, I don't know, like, say something looked terrible on BJ, right? None of us was going to say it. Like, that looks all right? But Manual's dude, you look like dog shit. That's Manual.
Manual did not have a care in the world
filter.
about there was no filter, for sure.
But anywho.
But it was because Manual was also a giant and not afraid of
was he bigger
anybody.
than BJ, though?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he is.
He taller for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And packs a harder punch.
Kevin was way taller. Like,
Manuel had the size that nobody wanted to mess with him, trust me.
But he's a giant teddy bear.
Yeah, but
not as much of a teddy bear as
he
BJ.
could whip. He was teddy bear, but
I still would not want to piss off BJ. I would not ever want to piss off BJ.
If necessary, and could whip some ass if he needed to. So, and people knew it. So
let's ask Walter to come on, then he can express to us like how he felt after he got his ass whooped. And I know he listens to this.
Stories about that.
But no, I'll get whatever we had on that other take though. But I asked you what was going on. Your truck, you were dealing with that. You're still deciding whether or not to pay for the towing and all that stuff.
Big updates were the truck, and then the getting rolling on substituting. That's just kind of slow rolling, but it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure.
Here's a question. Now, can you get AAA on it and then be like, "Hey, I'm broke down"?
I wish it were that simple. No.
I don't know.
And truthfully, we're taking it to a shop that is hopefully going to do the work on it and let us take it before we ever have to pay anything. So I'm pretty excited about that. We know the guy who owns the shop, so and he's offered to do the work and
is that
work
a weedy I just heard?
I think no. There's no ATV. Somebody's riding around on an ATV.
Damn. Yeah, I got people in ATVs in my alley.
Yeah, we got a lot of ATV drivers. So Florida's big and dense. So lots of people riding around here on ATVs, golf carts, stuff like that.
I get the golf cart, but the ATV, like, now that I've gotten older and I guess
I'd say where we're at, ATVs make more sense than golf carts.
Oh, because it's hilly?
No, it's not so much that it's hilly. It's just spread out. Like the estates
terrain?
where we are, like everything's at least 1.5 acre, like one to two. Like I know our area is 2 acres.
Where you
and I
live,
think-
like on the area that you live?
Yeah, yeah. Our house sits on 2 acres. That's part of the property, and everything else is at least an acre each property. So it's like real spread out and real.
It's not like your
lots
house
of
in Missouri
space.
where you're like right next door.
Right. It's lots of space. Whereas friends of ours live in OBR, Orange Blossom Ranch, and theirs is like cookie cutter. Every house is the same. 12 houses on a block, or 20 houses on a block, and basically you walk in one and you've seen all the designs. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the
But
HOA
they live
type
in one
style
of those-
houses.
Yeah, HOA type places that do their own Easter egg hunts, stuff like that. So they live in one of those communities, and in fact, that's where they've tapped a lot of people for our church. So I'd say a good 30-40% of the people in our church are from that community.
There's nothing wrong
But
with that.
it's-
I was just
No, it's how they It's how they got to know people as they started the church. So it's a reasonable launching point. Just goes to show how much influence Cy and Monica have. So
yeah. Now, I don't know when was the last time we talked? It was after, like right after the Super Bowl. What else happened?
did.
There was something that I was going to bring up to you.
And then we talked more recently a couple of weeks after that.
No, we talked. That was our last episode. Was the one after the Super Bowl.
No.
We did
talked-
our last episode before that was the Super Bowl episode. We did it early.
Yeah.
And then we talked after the episode, and then that we haven't done one since.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that's why I was like, because that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago we had an episode drop on a Monday because we dropped it the same week that I dropped it early because it was Monday, and I was just like, I'm done editing. I'm just going to drop it, and it
Nice.
did pretty good. So
Nice.
I don't know what it is about the Chubby Buddies podcast. Like I'll drop a Bumping Chops one, right? It'll get 40, 50 views, and then I drop a Chubby Buddies and it gets 60 to 80. And I know those numbers sound very small, but like it's two
but
knuckleheads talking. Like,
Yeah, I know. It's just us goofballs being goofballs. And people genuinely following along. So thanks. We appreciate it.
yeah. But no, earlier I was eating that Nutty Buddy cream pie.
Yeah, I'm
was
just
gonna
not
ask
sold
you-
on it, man.
Oh,
I'm
it's-
just not sold on it.
When you try it, you'll be like, okay, this is good. It's good. It's not the best.
All
I'm
right.
not saying that it's the best at all. The Nutty Buddy original is still better than that, but that's
Okay,
still
all
really
right.
good.
That's really the question that everybody wants to know. Is it even on par with the original?
No,
I
it's not.
know it's apples and oranges. I understand that they're different.
If you want something different, but with the same type of peanut butter, it's the exact same peanut butter. It's almost like if Reese's was to give their peanut butter recipe to Snickers and they put it in the Snickers peanut butter.
Oh, could you imagine? Oh, oof.
Because Reese's, let's be honest, Reese's peanut butter, the legit Reese's peanut butter, is not real peanut butter, but it tastes amazing.
Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite peanut butters.
Like if you could buy that peanut butter, you probably would never buy Reese's Pieces. You would just eat the
Dude,
peanut
I would-
butter.
I would buy the peanut butter, and then I would like get plastic spoons, and I would dip it in the peanut butter, and then I'd stick it on a tray
Nutella.
and stick it in the
And then
freezer.
Nutella. Have you ever had that? Like Nutella
Yes.
and peanut butter together?
I do not like Nutella that much, so I would pass. I know.
don't mind
That's
it.
crazy of me.
I mean, even okay, just
Yeah,
chocolate.
Reese's peanut butter. Let me freeze it. Oh my gosh, that would be fantastic.
And I've got another bone to pick with Reese's. I'm going to argue this until I die. The Reese's Easter eggs taste 100% better than the Reese's Halloween pumpkins. You can't argue with me. They taste different. The consistency is better, and the peanut butter distribution is way better. There's way more peanut butter.
But I think it's because they have to press the pumpkins, whereas the eggs they don't have to press them in the same way.
I don't know. Those eggs just have a different like kick to them with the peanut butter.
They have a different texture. The
I
pumpkins.
thought that
have a
they were
different-
initially the same, like they're just a different shape.
Sorry, wife's taking my order.
Ooh, what are you getting?
2 sandwiches.
From?
My pantry.
Oh, when you said
With
order, I
milk,
was like, oh, she's
cheese.
ordering something?
No, they're making dinner.
Ooh. What kind of
No,
sandwich? Like,
actually, it's I said what it is for my pantry. No, she is making sausage, egg, and cheese like McMuffins.
breakfast sandwiches. Ooh, some
Yeah,
Brenner.
breakfast sandwiches. Brenner, baby. Give me that BRINNER.
But if you can make any other Little Debbie, like they did this, and it's not a bad, I guess, invention. Like if it was smaller, I think it would be a way better, just because of how rich it is, not because of the quality of it. What Little Debbie do you think would be a good one that's already made? I'm saying that's not already made. Like we've already got strawberry shortcake, but how would you like it made? Like in an oatmeal cream pie strawberry shortcake?
I want strawberry shortcake like a Twinkie.
Like a Twinkie. Do
Yes.
they already do that? So all the stuff in the strawberry shortcake, but the cream stuffed into a Twinkie.
I want the shortcake to be like fluffy,
Okay.
and I want the strawberry and cream to be like Twinkie fluff with like the strawberry stuff mixed in.
It's almost like a zinger.
I know this is nuts, but I need you to understand I've thought about this before. It is almost like a zinger. And I'm very excited that someone has asked me because I want to talk about this as if I'm
We are so fat.
here. Okay.
Little Debbie, listen up.
That guy proud so much. So like think Twinkie, but it's it's the shortcake. The shortcake is the outside, and then the inside has both the strawberry, because it has like this cream, like the jelly, and then it also has the cream stuff. So I'd want a mixture of both in there, almost like swirled together.
Now I have a question. Is there shortbread almost like angel food cake?
You mean the Twinkie?
Yeah, right now of the shortbread.
That's not what I would want. I would want it to be fluffy like Twinkie, but I would want it to have more of
A shortbread type.
Shortbread taste and not so much texture, but taste.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, like, because I think the zebra cakes themselves, like those octagons, like I think that those are good, but the rolls to me are better. Like
I would also consider a Swiss roll oatmeal cream pie.
Oh, so rolled up like a Swiss roll, but oatmeal cream pie.
No, you actually have it reversed.
So you want the oatmeal cream pie, instead of it being oatmeal and cream, you want it to be the Swiss That's a ding dong, bro.
No, it's not. It is not the same. It is not the same as the ding dong.
Or not? No, ding dong is
dry
Hostess.
and fluffy?
No, ding dong is Hostess. What's the Little Debbie version? It's what are those called? They're the chocolate. Ding dongs are the Hostess version of what I'm trying to think of. They have them already, I think.
Ho-hos.
No, ho-hos are like Swiss rolls.
Oh yeah, you're right. Correct.
Ho-hos, but they're singles. The ding dongs are like just like a chocolate cake, almost a chocolate like.
It's not the same though, man. It's not the same.
I don't know. Like when you do oatmeal, like the oatmeal works because it's sandwiched. Like what would you sandwich in like that other than like a chocolate cupcake? Like that's just two
cakes. You do
cakes.
the cream fluff. You do the cream fluff of the
Swiss roll. But here's my argument with that. Now I could see this being a sandwich. Like this is why I would say this. You take the 2 Star Crunches and you put those sandwich in with either the peanut butter from the Nutty Buddy.
Yeah.
Or
it's got to be the peanut butter from the Nutty Buddy.
Or you could we were so fat. Or you know the chocolate donut, the double chocolate donuts? Like they're chocolate covered and they're chocolate on the inside?
Oh, yeah.
And you take that, like you make that like a mushy concoction, and you put that between the 2 Star Crunches.
Oh no.
I would love that.
No, that's too much.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like as an oatmeal cream pie, like
peanut butter. I might even say the wafer. Now the wafer is probably too much crunch.
You could do the wafer as the bottom. And then the top could be the Star Crunch.
No,
No?
the Star Crunch as the outside elements is perfect.
And it's like a Rice Krispie, isn't it?
Yep.
Rice
And then
Krispie.
the peanut butter for the middle needs to be like hardened. It needs to be either like frozen or something like that.
Almost like you'd buy it frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, I would want this thing frozen, but that sounds fantastic.
But do you like frozen Nutty Buddies?
Everybody approved. I've never had a frozen Nutty Buddy. And now I want to buy Nutty Buddies because that sounds fantastic.
Because that's the thing about this peanut butter. Like, it's the same peanut butter, but it's much more creamier. And that's what makes it richer, I think.
How do I get my hands on some Nutty Buddies now? I need some Nutty Buddies to put in my freezer.
Well, I tell you what, this is like a perfect. If these were smaller, it would be I would probably kill this box right in front of you. But since they're so big, it's way too much.
He's gonna share.
I'll share. But like, I think it's way like when I look back at it, like I've gained so much weight because I don't work out no more. But like, if you think about it, like I think it was also because we had like our parents regulate. Oh, you can only have one, and it's got to be after supper. Bitch, I'm an adult. I'm gonna eat that whenever I want.
Yeah, and then
Like that's like the biggest problem is I think as an adult you have to like have self-control and not
you have to have self-control for yourself and not for anybody else. Like just
it's definitely for other people, because if you have a family like you, like your kids matter. Like you're like if you don't have self-control, you're really ruining the entire family because you're gonna die early.
I'm just out here eating all the ice cream going, them kids.
I'm sitting like, okay, today I went and got Spangles for lunch, right? I'm sitting there eating. I'm like, I literally had to talk myself out of going up to order an extra thing of fries. Like, that's bad. Like, I did it. Hilarious. Like, I'm proud of myself, but like, I shouldn't have to. But I see why. Like, I think that's why I do it more. It's like I don't have anybody to tell me no, except me.
You don't have anybody to tell you no.
Nobody's gonna tell. Who's gonna tell me no? Who's gonna tell me no?
You, and you're the adult now.
But that's what I'm saying.
You're supposed to tell yourself no.
But imagine if I did, I would be a balloon right now, bro. Like I've had to tell actually this week I've went to Fiesta Grande 3 times. Those tacos are killer, bro. I go every Monday because it's 99-cent tacos. But I went Tuesday because the guy from work was out and about. He wanted some, or no, yeah, he wanted something to eat. So I was like, Fiesta Grande is good tacos if you wanted a taco. So I was like, give me 4, or no, I got 5. And then yesterday I got 6.
Bobby.
But that's all I ate yesterday. That's what I had. Like, it's not like I eat like that every meal. It's like once a day. Like if I'm eating like that, I'm only eating once a day. It's not healthy. God. Either way you look at it, it's not healthy. But I love those damn tacos.
That's such a bit. I want that clipped. Oh.
I don't need like that all the time sometimes. What was it that I said that to? I said it to Mike, but what was I talking? I think we were talking about food.
Oh, I'm sure we were.
I don't need like that all the time. Sometimes. What else did we get told not to do as like kids? Like when I look back at like these kids now, like they don't get told half the shit that we got told. Like don't do stupid shit.
That's because that was the problem with us kids, is we were just out there doing dumb things. Kids now are.
But when you look back at it, like we were told not to run with scissors in our hand, right? Like that makes total sense, right? But we would go home and watch Jackass. Tell me how that makes any bit of sense. Like I don't know how we're still alive.
That's still happening too. They're just on their phones watching that stuff on TikTok.
I mean, I never wanted to do half the shit that Jackass did, but I also wasn't running with scissors.
We wanted to do some of it.
Nothing that I could got, like half the shit that they did. I was like,
stuff
hell
that
no.
Really hurt, but the stuff that was just stupid, we enjoyed doing that.
I can't think of anything that I said, hey, I would do that. Like now, we're also not talking about like they're getting paid millions of dollars to do that stupid shit. On the other hand, was like, yeah, like, well, I'm too scared of heights. There's way too many height shit going on, and I wasn't like a skateboarder. That wasn't happening. Like half the shit they do off like vaults and stuff like that, not happening.
Oh yeah, gosh no.
But like
We know my story with skateboarding.
Yeah, you shit yourself.
Great
But like,
delivery there, Bobby.
but like getting like the dudes that would just let dudes hit them in the nuts. Like I'm not letting that happen.
Yep.
Like that's the dumbest. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what else did we get told as kids not to do? But like, we did it anyway. Like swallow your gum. Like we were always told not to swallow gum.
Yeah.
Did that scare you? Like, have you swallowed gum?
God no.
Did you still swallow it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, I found it more useful to swallow it than throw it out on the ground because I didn't want to step in that shit later.
Fair.
I'm trying to think of anything else that my mom or even in school, like what we were told not to do that ended up being a lie. Like that whole gum shit was a bullshit lie. Don't swallow the gum or it's going to be in your stomach for like 10, 20 years, however long it was.
Yeah, that.
I don't remember how long it was.
That one was definitely a lie. Gosh.
But the running with scissors thing, like, is funny just because, like, we were told that, and our generation went and watched stuff like Jackass.
Here's one. I know you remember Stranger Danger, but
Oh yeah, stay away from weirdos.
yeah, stay away from strangers. But the real dangers are like closer than strangers. Most kidnappings are somebody they know.
Right, like that one dude that used to ride back. Okay, so I know you got to remember this dude. I know you got it. The dude that used to ride by your house in that electric scooter, the creepy old dude. And he had like a Herbert the Pervert type voice. Hey guys, like he would always sit. He was always chatty. Like he was just a little like on that. I don't know if I want to go past the curb here to talk to you.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and one time I think he asked Jordan to take a ride on his little scooter with him, and he's like, "Nah." I could have. I figured you would be the one to remember that dude. I know that he would just be going up and down the road like he was just a little like old, probably a Vietnam
Randy?
vet. Maybe it was Randy. He had everything on that cart. Like he had like his big gulp cup and like a backpack full of like Dylan's bags or whatever. But he would drive by your house. He would go to like McDonald's and fill up his drink or whatever, and then come back on that like on that by that roundabout and just wheel on by. I think we actually shoveled his driveway once.
I don't remember.
Damn. See, that's the thing. I've got a dumbass memory. You'd think I would like forgotten about that, like getting old. Speaking of, how old do you want to feel today?
I think I'd like to feel in my 30s.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
I'm
That's a
in
good
my
answer.
30s,
That's a good
but
answer.
I don't feel like I'm in my 30s.
All right, where do you want me to start? Songs turning 20, 25, or 30?
Songs turning?
20, 25, or 30. And I'll pick out a few. Like some of these that I didn't know that are turning 20. I knew a handful of them, but I was like, I'll see if you know.
Let's split the difference and go 25 so that I don't feel
that.
super old.
I don't think that's going to help, bro.
Oh, man.
So songs turning 25. The very first one I put down here, I was like, oh, this is going to make me go, ouch. Bye, Bye, Bye by NSYNC.
That's 25 years ago?
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was older, actually.
That was 19. Oh, man.
Okay, so that's 25. Now let me read one from 30, so 5 years older. The number one song, I'll just pick one out that I know that you'll love. Don't Speak by No Doubt.
Why would I love that? I cannot stand.
Oh, you don't like No Doubt? Okay, my bad.
No.
All right. Did you like Oasis?
I remember Oasis.
Wonderwall?
Wonderwall is
Wonderwall?
30?
30 years old. Well, this year they will be. I don't know when.
Wonderwall kind of feels like it's old, though.
Waterfalls by TLC. That's 30 years old.
See, Waterfalls feels old, too. But TLC's long gone. I mean...
Yeah, but that's 95.
Yeah, gosh.
95 does not feel like it was 25 years ago or 30 years ago.
It was though.
I know. That's what's stupid. Dear Mama
Yeah.
by Tupac is 30 years old, bro.
Yeah. Still though.
So back to
those
25?
Keep going on the 30s because
All
I
right.
I want to really feel this, and I those all feel old.
Gangster's Paradise, Coolio.
Yeah.
Give Me One Reason by Tracy Chapman.
Oh man.
Yeah, banger song. I
And
thought so.
that one's been redone too, hasn't it?
No, that's Fast
Oh
Car.
no, that's
Fast
her
Car.
other one. Yeah.
Fast Car. But still a good song. Both
Yeah.
of them. Great songs.
Yeah.
And I actually would argue that Luke Combs, I think, did an equally, if not better job than her in that song.
Not better, but equal. I'd definitely say equal.
Well, it wouldn't be a song if it wasn't her, so I'm not going to give
the
him.
original just sounds so good, and it's such
Yeah, it's her raspy voice and all that
because
stuff.
Yeah, well, it's just such a transition. It's one of the most interesting transitions in a song, in its bridge. Like I've always been fascinated by it because
All right.
the tone changes a ton.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you feel her emotion in it, but you feel his appreciation for it.
Yeah, I'd agree
All
with
right.
that. I'd say he did it justice very well.
Dear Mama by Tupac.
Yeah, you mentioned that one.
Oh, I did? I thought I did the other Tupac. I had another Tupac one on here. All right, You Were Not Alone by Michael Jackson.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, now this is what I found ironic because we just watched the Super Bowl and one of our favorite commercials was this Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Yeah.
30 years old.
Yep. It's funny though seeing how some of this stuff's coming back.
I Like It, I Love It by Tim McGraw.
Oh man.
Right?
Early days.
See,
Early
like when I
days.
first thought of, like when I saw that song, I went to, what was that one where he's like, I got a barbecue stand on my white t-shirt. She's killing
Memories?
me in
No,
that
what is it
mini
called?
skirt. What song is
Skipping
this?
rocks on the river by the railroad tracks. She had a red lipstick.
I worked so hard for that first kiss.
Kiss and a heart don't forget.
Something like that.
Yep, something like that.
All right, Hold My Hand by Hootie and the Blowfish is 30 years old. See, I liked
So-
Hootie.
And is Darius Hootie or is he one of the Blowfish?
He's a blowfish. This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan.
This is how we do it.
I never would. I thought this was way older than this song or than
This
any of
is
these
how
other
we
songs.
do it. Yeah, that one feels like it should be older.
Here's one that I thought was kind of like an underrated. I mean, I don't know how other people feel about her. I really liked Alanis Morissette, but ironic. This song came out in 1995, bro.
Yeah, that one's old. It should have stayed in the 90s.
But she's still. I mean, I still appreciate her music.
Oh,
Like, especially-
I appreciate the song, but I wasn't a fan of her when she came out. So I do appreciate the song though. It's a classic.
when she came out, like I just remember watching. I could sit at home and watch VH1 pop-up videos for hours.
Same. I love those things. Those are fantastic.
Like that's what I've. If I
One
could ever, what'd you? Oh, your sandwich. If I
Yeah,
could ever do
sandwich.
another podcast, like I mean, I don't want that workload to like create something else again. I would want a podcast that we just sit there and talk about stuff and random things would pop-up video. Like we would be talking about like this, and then it would pop up with like Alanis Morissette wrote a song about the Uncle Joey from Full House and how she went down on him in a movie theater. Like
We don't know that for sure. That's just
he
a
didn't
rumor.
deny it. He did not deny it. He was asked about it, and he said, "You see, you try that popcorn, the hole in the popcorn tin, and it just blows back in your face." That's what he said.
But she hasn't confirmed it.
Well, why should she have to? When I mean, he's
But
like,
that's my
"Ooh."
point, though. We don't know that it was about him.
Oh, she's already confirmed that album was about him.
No, she is not.
Yet
I've
on
looked into
two
this, sir.
on
I've
two
looked
occasions.
into this, sir.
On two occasions,
I
she's
will
been on two
contest
separate
you.
podcasts. On two separate podcasts, she's came out and said yes. She's like, I will say that I was in a dark place in my time, and he had a lot to do with it. And this album has mostly to do with the feelings that I had for him. And she's not denying. She goes, I won't deny that it's not about that. That song's not about him. But
Send me
she's
the
like,
proof.
okay, I'll find the clip for you.
Send me the clip.
I'll find the clip.
Because I've done extensive research on this, and I have come to the conclusion that
he's full of himself?
Huh?
Do you think he's full of himself?
Not exactly how I would put it, but that's the gist of it, yes.
Do you just wish it wasn't true?
Huh?
Do you just hope that it's not true? Well, like, why are you backing her up? You're like you just told her that her song could stay in the 90s. I'll let you finish that.
It's because I saw an interview with him about it, and
Which one was it?
I don't remember.
Was it
but
Sirius
he was talking-
XM?
No, I don't. Dude, I don't remember. You're killing me. It's just a clip from it. And he was playing it off like it was, but then he wasn't sure if it was because she never told him, like she never answered him on it, stuff like that. So I kind of felt like he kind of blew it up.
And that's why I went back and I watched a whole episode with him. I forgot the Jim Norton show is the one that I watched it on. He actually had a conversation with her, and he's like, "So what do you want me to do if people ask me about this? Do you want me to blow it off?" And she said, "You do with it as you please." But he admits in this episode that there's he said there's way too many details in it for it to not be him, because he said he was riding through Chicago or something like that, and he had to pull over to listen to the song because he's like, I messed this girl's life up. He goes, because she's always been a nice woman, and I guess she went and his sister, I guess, was dying of some sort of cancer, and she lived in Canada, I believe she's from Canada, and she flew down. Canadian. She flew down and stayed with his sister and just sat in a chair and played guitar music with her while she was in the hospital. So he's like, we have no bad blood. He goes, I just know that because he knows that she's a sweet human being, that he felt completely horrible with how everything went down. And that's why he's like, so I wanted to ask her, I was like, so how do you feel if people ask me about this? She goes, I've got nothing against you. She goes, you can go into deep about our relationship as you want. Yeah, so that's why I was like,
wild.
Yeah, and coming from him even, that dude, he's way more iconic than we realize, I think. Well, did you know that he was a voice double?
90s fun uncle, man.
But he's also a voice double for Richard Pryor. Did you know that?
What?
Every movie that Richard Pryor did, if they needed something to be redone, he would never go back and redo it. They hired him to go back and play his voice.
That's wild.
Yeah. I was
that damn. Good of an impression.
Yeah. I was like,
that's
damn.
Insane.
And we are talking about, is it David Collier or?
Yeah, Dave Collier.
Dave Collier. I don't know.
Collier.
But where did I stop at? Kiss from a Rose. You Were Meant for Me by Jewel is turning 30.
Okay.
Now let's go back to 2025. So I started with Bye 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 by NSYNC. Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears is turning 25. I thought that was older.
See, I'm pretty sure you're listing off half the birthday presents for my 6th grade birthday party.
6th grade?
Yeah, 6th grade.
1999 to 2000?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, that was the millennium.
Yep.
See, I wasn't a big fan of NSYNC. I was a Backstreet Boys kid. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera was my woman. Miss Jackson, Outcast, is turning 25 years old.
Oh.
Such beautiful. A classic.
Wonderful.
The Real Slim Shady by Eminem.
Yeah.
I thought that was older, too. Were you a Linkin Park fan?
I liked him. Philip was more into Linkin Park, and who's the other band he was really big into?
Limp Bizkit?
No, actually, it was Linkin Park, right? What's their...
this song that is turning 25 is called In the End.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, their lead singer died, and now they have a woman lead singer, Linkin Park. Yep. Isn't that Linkin Park that they have a female lead singer now? Country Grammar by Nelly is turning 25.
Oh man.
Nelly's coming to the state fair, by the way.
See, did I tell you we saw Nelly?
Like in person or at a concert?
Not in person, in concert. Like he came here to Missouri, here to Missouri. I'm not in Missouri anymore. He came to Missouri while we were in Missouri, and so Heather and I went and saw the show, and it was pretty good. Like he did a lot
Played
of
all his bangers.
Yeah, played a lot of his bangers, stuff like that.
Country Grammar, Batter Up.
It went late, so like we ended up stepping out a few songs early, but everybody was definitely having a good time, if you know what I mean. Like it was.
Well, it's Missouri. Everything's legal there.
It was lit. There was still a pretty heavy police presence, but just kind of.
And he's from like St. Louis, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's from St. Louis.
Yeah, he's from St. Louis. So
Last Resort by Papa Roach is turning 25.
Oh man.
It's My Life by Bon Jovi. I thought that song was way older. Like I thought it was like early 90s.
No, Bon Jovi was having like a second bump in their career in the early 2000s. So, like they had already obviously had all their success in the 80s, but then like in the early 2000s they had like one CD come out that was kind of successful, and so they were kind of riding that for a little bit, but then never really did anything after that. But they had It's My Life, and then they had a couple of other ones that were kind of popular.
Could name another one.
Have a Nice Day. Do you remember Have a Nice Day? No?
I don't think when I hear Bon Jovi, I don't hear 2000 anything. I hear 1990 something.
No, yeah, that's. I mean, come on, man. That's what we listened to a ton in high school, getting ready for football games and stuff like that. That was Bon Jovi was probably top of the list for us. We had
but
so
like
many
that was all
CDs.
older stuff. That was like, I mean, Blaze of Glory, like that's older.
Right.
What was that Heart?
That's what I'm getting at is
Love a
you
Bad
wouldn't
Name?
have the newer stuff on your mind because we listened so much to the older stuff.
Like I don't think I ever put that It's My Life on. Like when I think of It's My Life, I think of the skit with Chris Kattan and I don't know who it is on SNL where they're playing like Bon Jovi. It's my life. They're reenacting all the Bon Jovi songs, and Bon Jovi's in there doing like he's like sitting back like doing the tryout like. Yeah, well, he's like, everybody's trying out. He's like, all right, now this one is a banger. And then he gives him this, like, I think it was You Give Love a Bad Name. And he's like, he's imitating all the words in the song. And that's all he's doing. He's not singing anything.
That's funny.
All right, so I wasn't a big Coldplay fan. Were you?
No.
I was not. I still am not. But
listen
Yellow.
to them. I know they're big hits just because they were on the radio, but I never really got into them.
Well, Coldplay's song called Yellow that I don't. If I heard it, I'd probably be like, okay, yeah, I've heard that, but it's turning 25. Party Up by DMX.
Yellow.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Okay.
Yep.
Party Up by DMX.
Oh, let's go.
What is the chorus of that? Because I mean, I've heard the song, but like that's the. It's not Rough Rider. It's
no, that's not.
That's it. It is Lose My Mind. Yeah. I thought the song was called Lose My Mind.
Up in here.
Didn't you?
No, I think I always knew it was Party Anthem.
Shape of My Heart by Backstreet Boys. I don't remember that specific song.
I think that was one of their slower songs.
Well, here they had a lot of slow ones. Three Doors Down. I know you listened to them, didn't you?
I did.
Kryptonite.
Yep.
25 years old.
If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive, and well, will you be there holding my hand?
And two more that's turning 25. I'm Like a Bird by Nelly Furtado.
I'm like a bird.
And one that I had to end with, I should have started with it, but they're two bangers. I started with Bye 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 by NSYNC for 25, but finishing out with Who Let the Dogs Out by Baha Men.
Oh,
turning
good
20.
one. Very good one.
Like, the music messes me up because, like, we had so many burned CDs that it's not even funny.
Mixtapes, man. That was our thing.
Yeah,
we
mixtapes wasn't
CDs,
even like, for us to call them mixtapes would be pretty like out of left field because they weren't tapes at all.
We
And
had
the
to have
ones
the
turning-
perfect everything. Like music is a mood, and everything
Right.
had to be.
It had to
set just
flow
right.
into
Like,
each
if
other.
you
It
were
had to go
going on a
into each other.
trip-
It couldn't be slow. It couldn't be like the song you got married to and then Yeah by Usher. Like that could not have happened.
Yeah, no,
like
it's
mentally,
a mood. It's you got to transition just right. So you have to make a mixtape, and so like you thought out how you wanted your trip to
pump
go.
up disc. That's what it was. It was nothing but bangers that like got you lit. Like okay, got you ready for a football game.
Right, but then like think about road trip mixed disc or mixed.
Yeah, like sing-alongs. Sing-alongs like Bon Jovi's.
Yeah, exactly.
Down in the Blaze of Glory.
So there was always a new reason to make a mixtape. That was the point. Like there was
Breakups?
always a good reason to make a mixtape.
Breakups was probably the biggest one known for.
Oh
like,
my god!
I was thinking of you. Here you go.
Relationships
Nothing
forever.
creepier than me to tell you how much I love you than till now. It's a little too late. But then you find those that you made for somebody, like made you think of them, and then it's like, oh, she broke my heart again. I can't think of any love. Like, what was your love? Like, what was that one song that you like? You Boys to Men was probably on everybody's like breakup like disc.
Sorry, you're starting
Boys
to
to
cut out a
Men.
little bit.
Oh, my bad. I'll let it catch up.
Yeah, as I said, that's not really anything you can control.
But Boys to Men, like that was on everybody's breakup disc.
Bro,
Like,
you can't not love Boys to Men. Like they are universal. That is, everybody loves Boys to Men. Like, and
Bone
they
Thugs and Harmony
they
was always
sing
good.
to the soul. They sing
You
to
like
the
Bone
soul.
Thugs?
They can heal the
did you
whole.
like Bone Thugs at least?
I did like Bone Thugs. I didn't. I couldn't rap it. I couldn't stay with it, but I loved listening to it.
And I think that at that time, like they had one of the fastest rappers in their group.
I loved.
Boom, 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 boom.
I loved, and you can judge me for throwing this out there, but
Oh, God.
Casey and JoJo.
Casey and JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you a song by them, but I know who they are. I slow danced to a couple of those at the old the old school dances.
Exactly.
What's a Casey and JoJo song? Here, let me just look one up. Let me play a little tune.
Yeah, no, I could tell.
I
you
don't
Casey.
know, Josh. Casey and JoJo needs to like a little bit more rep than what we can give them.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. I agree. They
Casey
are
and JoJo.
white.
Oh, banger! It says
Yep.
it's 15 years old. I don't know how old it actually is.
Oh, it's older than that. If it's
Well,
Casey
let's-
and JoJo, it's mid '90s.
Casey and JoJo played in 2000s.
Right, but most of their big hits were mid to late '90s.
Right. This one I don't believe is 15 years old. This is just when it was uploaded. Oh, it's live.
I love how old school you are right now, just holding it up to the microphone.
Name that song.
I did not hear anything. So
You didn't hear any of it?
Nope.
Oh, we'll cut that out. Can you hear it?
I could not hear anything.
Wow. This mic is amazing. I don't want to turn it up too high. It's All My Life by Casey and JoJo.
All my life.
That was probably
Someone
late 90s,
like-
early 2000s, right?
Oh yeah, maybe early 2000s. Yeah, I might have been a little off saying mid to late 90s because they ran probably through like 2004 maybe.
Tell Me It's Real. Yeah, a lot of these are all. Maybe that's when they made their YouTube page. I don't know. But no, yeah, Casey and JoJo was bangers. And the ones turning 20, I was kind of like, I only know, like, I bet you I could. All right, so the one I remember, Lonely by Akon, that's turning 20.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
I don't know the Jennifer Lopez song, Get Right. Do you remember that song?
I don't.
James Blunt, You Were Beautiful. I know that song. Everybody
Remember
should know
one?
that song.
You're beautiful.
Yep.
You're beautiful. It's great.
Gorillaz featuring Sean Ryder.
Oh,
Dare?
yeah.
I don't think I've heard that. I've heard Gorillaz. I don't know who Sean Ryder is, and I don't know the song Dare.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I know that one, but I definitely know the Gorillas.
Pussycat Dolls featuring Buster Rhymes, Don't Ya?
Don't you? Yep, I remember that.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Arctic Monkeys. I've never even heard of that band.
That sounds familiar. What's the
It's a
name of
number
the song?
one that's turning. I bet you look good on the dance floor.
I don't know.
And then, have you ever heard of a band called Westlife?
No.
Is that the? Oh wait, they sang the song called "You Raise Me Up." Is that "You Raise Me Up"?
No.
That's the name of the song, though. I just
That was
didn't know.
Josh Groban. Who did
Josh
that
Groban.
one?
Are you sure that they didn't maybe redo it? How
Don't
old is
think-
Josh Groban?
That ain't it, dude. No, that's
Okay.
a rabbit trail. That's
And then you have Madonna. I don't know that song. Hung Up. Pussycat Dolls. Stick with You. Stick with You. Never heard that one. Yeah, like all these songs bring back memories for a mixtape.
weird. Yeah, it's
Like, we
fun,
can make
it's
a
funny. The
mixtape.
older stuff is way more relevant and memorable than the other stuff.
Yeah, definitely for the ones turning 20, I thought I would remember more of those than I would the ones turning 30.
You would think, but apparently not. Maybe if you played them as sound.
I tried to.
Maybe
Like
more
I was like, I've never heard Jennifer Lopez's "Get Right" ever. Or Arctic Monkeys. I've never even heard of that band.
Interesting. That
Josh
sounds
Groban.
familiar to me, Arctic Monkeys, but I don't
Josh Groban sang a song called "You Raised Me Up" in 2003. Westlife sang it in 2000.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, my bad, 2005. So they sang it 2 years after Josh Groban.
Weird.
Okay. So Josh Groban, you got it on them. Well, hey, have you been keeping up with HCW?
I have not really had a chance to, unfortunately. We've kind of been all hands on deck down here. Tell me what's up.
Well, our last episode, did we have so the last time we talked to each other, did we have the show or was it right before the show?
Show was getting ready to happen. We had not watched the show yet.
Okay, so it was Road to Legacy leading up to. We had that. So now we are getting ready to start Last Chance. Road to Legacy, like you had Chance got, just brutally destroyed by Blade and the Seventh Seal. Like that was the biggest disrespect.
Yeah.
They brought Mindy out in a body bag, and then Blade bloodbathed her onto top of Chance Kerrigan.
Oh my gosh. That's brutal.
They're just destroying that relationship.
Taking them both to the grave. Digging two graves for them.
Well, she was almost to the grave. Like she came out kicking in the body bag. Like who owns a body bag? Like
Seventh Seal. They do.
well,
creepy stuff
I know,
with
but
it,
like you had to get that from somewhere. Like I know they don't have like an Amazon shop for just body bags.
You don't keep body bags.
No, but no.
in case you slip
Speaking
up?
of body bags, this is a little side note. Like I got a little creeped out and like a little sad. Like I used to work at the hospital, right?
Yeah.
I went down to the morgue and like I'm with this lady, and like we were just doing a fire check or something, and like she goes, "Oh, that is so sad." And I was like, "What?" And like there's a body bag, like just nothing in it, laying on the table, and it's only this big, and you know what it's for. It's like, what the hell?
The babies.
It's
yeah.
like, dude, like
That is sad.
yeah, that was like, we got to get out of here. This is just not the right not the right time to be pointing this out. This is weird. And I was in registration at the time, and I was like, I don't need to be seeing this shit.
You're like, I'm not paid enough to deal with this emotional trauma.
Right. I was like, I haven't watched Dexter yet. You got to wait till he shows me how to get rid of bodies before I can see stuff like this. But no. Speaking of Heartland again, trying to think of anything else that happened. Sam Stackhouse versus Kane Carter, because Kane Carter was our last guest that we had on when you were on this last one. So
Yeah.
Kane Carter ended up beating Sam in front of the entire crowd. And the whole crowd started chanting Kane's name. Like it was kind of weird. So
Whoa.
unintentionally, I think he's gaining more fans than he's ever had in any other organization other than his home organization.
Dominating everywhere left and right and gaining fans because of it. That's pretty awesome.
him and Remington Roar's last match together was just a brutal, just punch after punch. Like,
Yeah?
and I think that he earned the respect of not just Remington, but the fans also, like standing toe to toe with the great one and just taking blow after blow.
Remington is a beast, man. You don't want to stand toe to toe with him. You will come back scarred.
Look at his back.
Right?
Trying to think of anything else that's exciting. They gave away the chairs. They had the raffle for the chairs. They raised $250 for that.
Saw Angel had a second successful surgery.
Yep. Oh, and Angel's going to be on Bumping Chops this next episode. So
that's going to be fantastic.
Trying to think of anything significant that happened that last chance. Colt Kinnaman. Do you know who Colt Kinnaman is?
Yeah.
He's almost like he's got like this beautiful lock of hair. Like he almost looks like if Bond, who was that dude that was always like Fabio? He's like Fabio hair, but like a body like mine.
But a body like
I mean, he's in much better shape, obviously, than I am. But I'm saying, like, he's not the guy that you would want to see, like, probably on a roller coaster getting hit by a bird in my body with no shirt on. What? You remember that? You remember that when Fabio got hit by that bird going down the roller coaster and it, like, broke his nose?
No, I don't remember.
You don't? I remember that like it was yesterday, dude.
Like a real event?
A real event. He was on the very front of a roller coaster and he was going down. And a bird hit him in the face and broke his nose.
No, I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Anyway, he's got a beautiful lock of hair. He ended up winning the Fatal 4-Way, which was the VIP match. One of the loudest VIPs match I've ever heard. Like, that place was rocking and rolling. He ended up taking that to be the number one contender for the HCW Heartland Championship. And he'll be facing Paradox to go on to whoever wins this at Legacy for a ladder match. A 6-man ladder match is taking place for the Heartland Championship for Legacy. This is going to be the first decision of who goes. And then there's going to be other matches of who's going to go. So Aaron Helms, I believe, is going to be in that. So it's Aaron Helms, probably Remington, maybe. I don't know.
That sounds
maybe
like
your OGs. Maybe your OG title holders are going to be in that match.
Ooh.
Which is Remington 1, Aaron 2. Too bad Ray's going to be in. I think he's still injured, so he won't be in it.
Right.
Because they pulled Ray of the title. I told you that last time.
Yep.
And Paradox got it. And I don't know. Whoever Dickie decides he wants to twirl in with the Mavs and then...
a young up-and-comer come in.
Which one?
Fight their way into the title shot. I don't know.
Well, Colt Kinnaman's an up-and-comer. Like, he has a very big opportunity to becoming a champion. And then you have... Kuda made his debut at this last show and beat the shit out of Aaron Helms.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a DQ, but we all know who really won. But
okay. Very nice.
Yeah, Kuda debuted, and I guess there was like controversy about the Seventh Seal's KT Lynn coming out, scoping out. Nobody really knew if she was scoping out Kuda or Aaron Helms.
Oh.
To join the Seventh Seal.
Ooh.
So nobody knows.
For new recruits, maybe.
I didn't notice it, but like...
who knows?
Yeah, well, I didn't notice it, but the other podcast that that deals with a lot of HCW stuff is the one that pointed it out, and I was like, "Whoa, okay."
All right.
And Billy pointed out, yeah, she was out there scoping somebody out because I didn't see it. So.
Interesting.
But other than that, I think that's the biggest thing leading up into Last Chance. I think we're going to have more on this next episode with Angel. He'll probably talk about more matches coming up, but the biggest one going into Legacy is the qualification for that 6-man ladder match.
Yeah, man, that'll be a cool setup. I can't wait to see how that fleshes out.
Yeah, but make sure you're following HCW on all social platforms at HCW Live 23, and you can watch them live on Facebook. Follow them on YouTube, so that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do you want to talk about now? Do you want to talk about entertainment or sports? Because sports is boring right now because football's over with.
Yeah, but we've already made some good deals. We've already secured DeAndre Hopkins for 4 years. I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah, we talked about that last time.
Travis Kelce has officially announced that he's coming back for another year. So we know we've got another year of Travis. We just made a trade on Joe Thuney. We traded him. So We've
And
let him
Smith, or who was the other one that you got rid of to the
Trey
Bears?
Smith has been franchise tagged, so we haven't made any trades on him, but it's still possible that we may.
I thought
make a
there was
trade
one that you
for
guys
him.
were also sending to the Bears. Was that him? Was that the what
I
people
think that
were
was
claiming?
Joe. I think it was Thuney that we just
Well,
sent.
Thuney was this week, but like I thought a couple weeks ago, like right after the Super Bowl, like somebody maybe it was Trey Smith, and that's what they were
Well, no.
claiming. They were probably making claims.
Probably that was probably rumors, but as of right now, we franchise tagged Trey Smith and haven't decided what we're doing with him. But
Who do you guys take in the draft?
a tackle,
A tackle?
yeah.
I mean,
I genuinely just don't see any reason for us to take anything other than an offensive lineman.
Did you guys get your who was that safety locked down? Do you guys keeping him?
Maybe we take a safety, but even then, I still think we've got to take a tackle wherever we could get a best leverage to get a good tackle, even if that means trading. But we're struggling, man. We got to have a solid tackle.
Well, I think if you don't have an offensive line, then you don't have any passing game or running game, obviously.
I agree.
And Patrick Mahomes succeeds better when he's not like having to run away every single. I mean, we saw the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay. That whole offensive line was down.
Yep.
And he had to make up. I mean, he had more rushing yards by himself than he did with the entire offense combined. So,
24 yards.
no, I'm talking about the Tampa Bay one.
Oh.
When you guys had all your offensive linemen were hurt,
Super Bowl just haunts me.
both of them.
Yeah.
But no, Dallas is. I mean, Dallas is Dallas.
Yes.
I mean, we have secured, I guess, $60 million in cap space to reorganize, like redoing Dak and CeeDee Lamb's contract. I don't think we're going to do anything with it.
How do you feel about the rumor that they are out on their free agents?
Well, we're already out on a defensive end, for sure. We've re-signed one defensive end. DeMarcus Lawrence is gone. I think he's going to be gone.
Okay.
Our biggest one that we have to, I mean, right now they're trying to make up money for next year to pay Parsons. That's what they're doing. That's all they're doing. Because if they can't pay him, then there's no chance. But he's already came out and said that he doesn't need to be the highest paid player to be happy.
That's
And that's more, I think that's more respectable than what Dallas is trying to do to keep him, because like that right there tells you that Jerry is trash. All right. Jerry needs to go bye-bye. Like
here we go.
The
Bobby
Jones
on a Jerry
family.
rant.
Yeah. Jerry, bye. Go. You've lost more, like, and I don't know who said this or not, but like Jerry is right. He's just trying to prove himself before he dies. He's proving himself that it was his doing to win the Super Bowls that they won while he owned the team, and he still has yet to do it. It was Jimmy Johnson that won those Super Bowls and not Jerry. That's all he's trying to do. That's all there. I mean, there's nothing else to show like why why do you hire somebody that hasn't been a head coach anywhere else to succeed? Like, you don't just hire just a guy that hasn't ever been a head coach anywhere. Ever. Like that's why they have colleges to at least be a head coach somewhere. Would you agree?
I don't know. I mean, I think if you've got a solid organization structure, I don't think there's anything wrong.
Well, that
with
right there
hiring
should tell you
somebody.
we don't have a solid organizational structure.
I would agree. But I can think of reasons to not hire. I can think of reasons to hire somebody without necessarily the experience. But in their situation, I do think it's a bit silly. So
It's the power of the thumb.
even with it being, Schottenheimer's kid.
The name means nothing.
I know.
The
I'm
name
just
means
saying,
nothing
even
at
with
all.
it being Schottenheimer's kid, I do think it's a silly decision to go all in on a coach that hasn't delivered anything.
But name the last time a coach for the Dallas Cowboys wasn't able to control. What happened to him?
Oh, when has a coach been able to control it?
No, when has there been a coach on the Dallas Cowboys that's had the control of the team and not Jerry?
Jimmy Johnson. He was the last one to do it, right?
No, nope. Well, to win a Super Bowl, yes, and he had control of his team, and that's one of the. I would argue one of the reasons why he left.
So who else had control of the team?
Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells had
Parcells?
the control. Yeah, you aren't going to control Bill Parcells, and if you try to, he'll be gone. Like that's just how it is. Like Bill Parcells knows what he proves that with having a winning season. All but one of his. I think he coached for 5 seasons maybe, and only had one losing season, and that was his first season. Brought in Keyshawn, brought in Terrell Owens. Look what he did with Romo when he first came in, because he had Drew Bledsoe. That was his guy.
Yep.
So, I don't know. And then you hired Wade Phillips, all right? Wade Phillips is arguably one of the best defensive coaches there's ever been. He did I would argue that he did an above average job as a head coach with the power that he was able to have.
But you would say across the board, Jerry Jones has been the problem with
100%. If anybody else says otherwise, then they're under Jerry Jones. That's what it is. It's just like it's very political in Dallas. Like if you're not with the team, like Jerry, if you're not with Jerry, then we'll find somewhere else for you to go, or you can just buy. That's how it is. It's a power struggle, 100%. And there's no fixing it unless you fix everything.
So you have to deal with that as a fan, buddy.
Oh, I've dealt with it for how long now? It's just more blatant now because he's so old, and he can't hide it anymore because there's too many ways for me to look on my phone and see what's going on. We just see everything more now. There's no unity whatsoever in the Dallas Cowboys.
Sorry to hear that.
But look at other teams have the same problem, just not with their owner and GM. Like other teams have this problem. Look at the Raiders. The Raiders haven't had unity since Gruden got fired. The second time. When Gruden got fired the first time, they had the one of the best teams ever, and then he got fired, and then he went to Tampa Bay and then beat the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Mm. Yeah,
But
we all remember that.
What it is.
Well, those of us that were around for it.
Yeah, the ones that are now over 30, along with these damn songs.
We also remember these old songs.
But no, other sports stuff. I would say the biggest thing right now is that they let Hendrickson, the tight end for the Bengals, I think has now been okay to talk to other teams. Now, if Dallas can get their hands on somebody like that to have a seasoned tight end, or Hawkinson or Henderson.
TJ Hawkinson?
Yeah, TJ Hawkinson. My bad. I don't know why I said Henderson. If we can get our hands on somebody like that, I think that would take away a lot of stress on the quarterback position.
I would love to see us, the Chiefs, get somebody young and powerful to kind of step in and learn under Travis this year. I've heard rumor, and I'd love to see it. Kyle Pitts.
He's not young, dude. What are you talking about?
He's young.
He's been in the league 6 seasons, dude.
Yeah,
you've got a younger tight end on your team that's been under Travis for so long.
Yeah, but we're talking that's still talented. That's why I think Kyle Pitts wouldn't be bad, because 6 years in the league and he hasn't produced. So my idea is you get him cheap, and then
I don't know if he's gonna be cheap.
Hopefully get him to do something.
I think you're the tight end that you guys had that came to Dallas and then went back to the Bell. He did a better job than.
Yeah, I like
way
Blake.
better.
I think Blake's fantastic, but
I haven't seen him. Is he still on the Chiefs?
No,
because you guys got
Chiefs anymore.
Your second string tight end is arguably better than most of the starters in the league right now. What are you talking about? The dude second to Travis?
Harris? No.
You guys have a tight end depth chart like Dallas
Why am I
has
blanking on his name?
kickers.
I should know his name.
Chiefs tight ends. Now. Well, why is it? Who's tight end for the Chiefs? Travis Kelce. Yeah, we already know that. Kansas City tight ends on their depth chart now.
Here's information from Kansas City Chiefs.
Shut up. It's not even Siri. And she's annoying. Nope. Travis Scott. Noah Gray. Noah Gray is your number 2 tight end, and he's better than half of the starters in the league.
Noah's pretty solid. I'll give you that.
He's better than Pitts, Kyle Pitts. I don't know about Jared Wiley. I don't know anything about him. And then you have 2 other ones that I don't know about.
Wiley and Fordson both just struggle with staying healthy. But
Noah Gray is a solid tight end. He is better than.
Solid.
I would argue that he's better than half of the league's starter tight ends.
I don't think he gets enough production time to make that argument, but
this year he proved his worth.
Solid. He's solid.
This year he proved his worth, I think.
Yep.
Travis was covered by 2-3 people almost every single play this year.
Yep. He's just got to be able to learn how to break free and do the things that Travis does once Travis is done.
See, that's the thing. Noah Gray has caught some wild touchdown passes from Pat.
Yeah, he's got some good ones.
Like some that were completely out of his like.
No,
zip code.
At this point I'm hoping we can lock down Nick Bolton. I think that's kind of where my biggest priority is for our team left. Give us our Nick Bolton. He's our middle linebacker.
Oh, who's the safety that they were looking at getting rid of? Or
we don't know yet if we're going to re-sign
Karlaftis. Is Karlaftis still on contract?
Karlaftis is up. We've got to sign Karlaftis. We've got to sign Nick Bolton, and then
you only have like $300,000 in cap room.
We also have to make a decision on McDuffie.
Ooh, McDuffie, yeah.
Yep. So there's several that are just kind of up in the air that we've got to decide.
But the question is how many of those guys can you get rid of it? I mean, you guys are stacked at wide receiver. Stacked.
Yep. I don't think we'll renew with Juju, which kind of breaks my heart because I love the way Juju's been playing. I know obviously we got DeAndre. Obviously, as far as I can tell, it looks like Rice is going to be playing.
DeAndre is a better pick, I think, season-wise, but I think Juju produces just as much like when you need him.
Yes, I want DeAndre's leadership in the locker room, no question. I love DeAndre's leadership for sure. So that's one of the biggest selling points for me. He's the kind of guy you need in your locker room.
Yeah, and I think he's earned to have a team that's like built for anybody rather than just one person. So like anytime that he's ever been on a team, it's always been either built around him or the quarterback.
Yeah. It'll be nice.
Does it balance out well.
It'll be nice for him to have some flexibility and not have to be the target.
He's not just the guy; he's a decoy and the guy.
Yep.
But he's probably one of the best. Still, arguably one of the best route runners.
I love him. Honestly, I was blown away by the missed catch in the Super Bowl because that's 99 times out of 100 he catches that. So.
Any given Sunday.
I just chalk it up to him and Patrick not having enough time together. They just got to get more time together.
Yeah, and you had him like just over half the season, I think.
Yep. So
yeah. Anything else going on in sports? I think the biggest thing that like we didn't talk about that happened last time was the big hockey fight with Canada and America.
That was so stinking cool, man.
Dude.
Like first off, Canada boos our anthem.
National anthem, and we straight up turn it sideways, shine that some bitch up. But like the greatest thing are the dubs over it. The dubs that people did over it was like, here's the NBA All-Star game, and then it shows them doing trick shots, and then it goes, here's the NFL whatever it is that week that we have the All-Star type of
All-Pro game or whatever
and then it goes to here's America at its finest, and it just shows them like throwing their gloves down, getting ready to duke it out. It's like, oh, it was Dirty Deeds by AC/DC. Dirty Deeds.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
Like when I think of America, when I think of America, I think of hockey
in American sports history.
Oh yeah, like people will be talking about that moment longer than the Chiefs losing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree.
Another reason why I think the Stanley Cup is the greatest award of all sports. I agree with the Kelseys on that. That's one thing. Entertainment, I guess, bud. Let's knock this out. Man. Well, I want to ask you, because I don't remember if you're the one that told me about this show, because I finished it in 2 weeks. I feel bad because I wasted so much time watching it. Because I
Okay,
was pissed
let's
off
hear
at the. Did you tell me about Banshee?
No.
So you've never seen Banshee?
No.
Okay, well, the main character in Banshee is the same guy from that Amazon superhero movie or superhero show that you and I watch.
Oh, okay. The boys?
The Boys. So the guy that plays like Captain America, what's his name? Yeah, he's the main character in Banshee, and he plays a sheriff. Well, he takes the role of the sheriff after the sheriff gets killed or murdered. So he's like, "Oh, this is a good idea. I guess I'll." And he's like a convicted felon, and like he turns this town into believing that he's like the sheriff. It's a really good show, dude. It's so good.
Weird.
It's pretty good. Like up until the very last episode, huh?
Okay. No, I'm just taking it.
It's on HBO.
Huh.
I don't know if you have that or not.
I don't, but we still have ways to watch shows, so it's called Banshee.
Banshee. It's called. I do not watch this with kids because it is very perverse and like The Boys. You know how it's like pretty wild, like wild shit happens. Imagine that this is everything that on top of that. Like he just has this like role that he just plays like hypersexual. Very, very sexual movie, so don't watch it. Well, I guess they're not kids now. One of them's adult, 18. Jesus Christ.
They're both 18. They're both.
Oh, they both turned
right
18. Awkward.
Yep. Casey just turned 18.
You old ass.
Yeah, dude. I'm real old.
Those songs, they got shit on that. But no, yeah, Banshee. I didn't know if you were the one that told me about it, and that's why I was wanting to ask because it was a great show up until the very last episode. I was pissed. I wasn't
the one that told you about it because I've never heard of it.
It's pretty good if you ever decide to watch it.
We have been watching a show that we just finished today called Paradise on Hulu. It's very good. Very good. It's a drama. You don't see where it's going. It's got some good twists right out of the gate, and then kind of a long burn kind of detectives element to it, and then some I wouldn't say fully satisfying payoff, but a reasonable payoff at the end. So
is the main guy Pierce Brosnan?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if that was the one.
Is James Marsden is one of the leads, but the main is Sterling K. Brown.
Oh, is that the dude from New Girl?
No, he's from This Is Us.
Oh, then nope, I've never seen it. I never saw This Is Us.
Oh man, he's great. It's a good actor.
Is this called Paradise?
Paradise. Yep, it's on Hulu. It's got that. It's got James Marsden. It's pretty. The way it kind of develops is pretty good.
How'd you feel about Reacher so far?
I've really enjoyed it. It caught me off guard. Yeah, it caught me off guard. It was a very good intro.
I was like, why is he acting scared right now? This is very weird.
I was like, this isn't Reacher, but he's doing something. So I was like, just let it play out. And so I'm impressed with where they're going. I hate having to watch it in episodes, man. Like, just give me the whole show.
Oh, I loved it. I would rather watch it now. Like, I miss that more because usually I watch it and then I'm pissed off and I save that last episode for like months. I hate it. I hate it. Like, I want to watch it, but so much like whenever I'm like, okay, so Smallville. Like, I remember watching. It was before they came out with the new season. I would save like 2 or 3 episodes until I knew they were going to release the new season.
And then you would finally watch the end of the show so that you wouldn't be stuck with a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And then for so long, I felt like I was like that I lost a bunch of friends. Like, that's the same thing with Big Bang Theory. Like, with Big Bang Theory, I was like, I don't know if you ever ended up watching the finale of that. Like, that was one of the saddest finales.
It was good, though. It was really good.
And then Young Sheldon just blew it out of the park for me. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And then, of course, Mandy and what's-his-face.
We went straight from Big Bang Theory to going into Young Sheldon, and Young Sheldon was on its final season. So we really got to kind of very smoothly
really good.
Transition emotionally. It was kind of
It was very well put together, I thought.
Yeah.
And can I say this? Like, I know this is going to sound weird. His meme on is pretty attractive.
Oh my gosh, Bobby. That sounds weird coming from anybody but you. It's expected from you. We know how you
But
feel.
like, does she look how old she actually is in real life? Because I don't think she
know
does.
how old she is.
She's 80.
No way.
That's the chick from Ghostbusters, the lady that answers the phone in Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
the original.
I know that. I know
She's
that.
80 years old, bro. She's like 79.
She's 80 years old.
And the mom, dude, the chick that plays his mom, she's one.
That absolutely is your type. That does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, she looks like she could make a mean sandwich and a bowl of cereal, dude.
She would make a Thanksgiving turkey, and you know it.
I wouldn't let her. I would have to fry it because I'm never ever going to eat another turkey the same. It's got to be fried forever.
Okay.
F your baked turkey. But no, Jack Reacher again. Like it messed with me too. I was like,
"Yep,
what?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Why is?" And let me just say, like, I enjoy the passive aggressive like size difference between him and that big ass dude.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Having somebody that's bigger than him. I also really like the way Duffy, the new girl, how she kind of stands toe to toe with him. Like her banter with him.
What is her accent? Like it's kind of throwing me off because I thought it was Bronx at first, and I was like, that didn't sound like
Irish.
Bronx.
She's Irish.
You fooled me. It doesn't sound like any Irish that I've ever heard. Like Conor McGregor, it doesn't sound anything like that.
Pretty sure he like calls her that the other guy calls her Irish.
One of the three other dudes that told that other dude. Yeah, I don't hear Irish when I hear her talk.
Well, it's
but
Duffy,
I also was like,
so Duffy would be Irish.
Yeah, but she could still live in the Bronx. Maybe she's Irish
She's probably New York Irish, but she's still Irish.
I just don't hear the Irish accent. It sounds like a crappy like Boston accent. Like it sounds a little Boston.
It's not crappy. It would be Boston.
And it's annoying. I can't, dude. Women with that accent are so unattractive.
Irish accent, dummy.
I gotta take a wicked shit. It's like Jesus. Like,
how do you not know that the two are tied together? Oh,
like a woman's Boston accent is more masculine than the men that come from there.
we have a friend Jackie who's from Boston who has the accent, and it's awesome. I love it.
Wicked awesome.
It's wicked. It's wicked awesome.
Take a wicked.
It's got a great accent. Their little girl's gonna have such a sassy, mass attitude.
Like when I watch Ted and they talk about that, like the women of the Boston accents, like, oh yeah. Anything else you're watching?
Is Ted one that you like?
Oh, I love Ted.
The TV show. Funny. I watched a few episodes of the TV show. It was pretty good.
Dude, I really love the TV show. That was really good.
Yeah.
Like now, I mean, it's kind of hard to like watch it and keep what's his name? The original guy from Ted. Mark Wahlberg. It's hard to think of him as younger, but he does a really good job with like the whole idea of Ted. I mean, it's not as good as Dexter, a young Dexter. Like that dude kills that role. Like
so good.
Like that's an award in itself. Like to play a young version of the original like series is like that, and that role by itself has got to be one of the hardest.
I agree.
And he killed it.
Murdered it. Serial killed it.
For real. But no, man, I think that's an episode. We need to do them. We need to do them. Yeah, it's about average time because the first part of this was a little cut out. But no, make sure you're following our subscribers, Rage Beef Jerky, and Heartland Championship Wrestling. And as Josh said, get your jerky on. See, I can't change my voice on here. Huh?
I said they put the heart in Heartland.
They put the heart in the Heartland. I don't know. I wish I had some music keyed up. Like I've got some voice spots, I think. I had some.
Is one of them Jordan's
I don't hear the air.
His sound effect? Is one of them
Jordan's
the
one where he goes, "Oh fuck." No, I don't have that one. I had it, but like I had to because I'm on Dude, like whenever I hate switching back and forth because I have presets for my mic and BJ's mic.
Yeah.
So I'm just keeping it on Bumping Chops this segment so that way I don't have to go back and forth because then I have to change the microphone setting. It's like, I'm good. We sound fine. Only BJ, just his voice carries, and it's a pain in the ass to edit later on.
That's funny.
But right now, I didn't tell you this. Daniel's building me. I just ordered all the parts for a computer, and he's building me a badass computer.
Ooh, very
So
nice.
I'll be able to do it'll look like I'm a professional live streamer.
Fancy schmancy. Love to hear that. I'm excited for you.
But I love you, buddy.
Guys,
And we love all of you. Thanks for listening.
All of you chubby buddies, make sure you're snacking.
Go get you a
away.
Little Debbie Nutty Buddy cream pie. They're great. I mean, they're good. Like they're
And
not
tell
better
us-
than the original,
tell
but
us
they are
what
good.
Your
They're solid.
creative invention is for
Oh yeah,
snack, because I'd love to.
they're
hear
a
some
solid
creative
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. We'll take that. All right. Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.